Are we witnessing the end of Reece James's Chelsea career, which would be a shame? Now, I'm sure a lot of you just watched Chelsea recently defeat West Ham 3-0. Credit to Chelsea. I think their manager has installed a lot of structure. Obviously, they've got great attacking players. Cole Palmer bagged. I think Jackson takeaways goals, had a great game anyways, and deserved his 2 goals. Now, Chelsea were good. West Ham were terrible, really. Couldn't press. Too much gaps in midfield. Shambolic defensively. You know, their manager made a sub after 35 minutes, so that tells you everything. For a team that they said Declan Rice has, you know, made a step down, and West Ham were tipped of winning, getting into the top 6 or top 4. They got rid of David Moyes to play expansive football and continental football. I can't say I could see that at this moment in time. Now, Reece James. Now, I think he's a player worth Chelsea persisting with. He's got all the ability. You know, he's Mr. Chelsea's come through their academy. On his day, he's one of the best right backs in the league and in world football. And you could argue through far enough for Chelsea. He was very lucky not to concede a penalty. And although he's played right back before, does not seem the answer. Now, Gusto is injured as well. Another quality player at Chelsea. Reece James is quality, man. But the best ability you can have is availability. And I wonder when it gets to a point where Chelsea simply put can't be asked with this anymore. I think Chelsea should persist. And if I was them, I would likewise with Reece James. But it's another season where Chelsea fans have rarely seen him. They still don't have a return date for him, people. Since becoming Chelsea captain, he's only played 413 minutes. And apparently Maresca, before the West Ham game, is still none the wiser of when he's expected. Over the last 2 campaigns, he's only played 16 times in the Premier League, which equates to 413 minutes. So for all the talking points about Chelsea, Mr. Chelsea, a Champions League winner and academy grad, has played no part. Maresca has said his injury is still a bit delayed. The most important thing is the players come back when they're 100% fit. Reece is still out. Unfortunately, we don't have an idea at the moment when he's back. And you can see Enzo and Caicedo finally looking half decent. Palmer doing what he's doing. Madueke and Sancho's got 2 assists in 2 games now. Madueke's doing his thing. Off the bench, you saw Pedro Neto, João Felix and Nkunku. And I'm sure, you know, you marry Reece James on that right-hand side with Madueke or whoever. I'm sure Chelsea fans would want to see that. It's sad for him, man, really and truly. I don't know if it's a recurring hamstring injury or it's just a knock-on effect, man. The 24-year-old has enjoyed a torrid time, people. You know, he's only played 118 games across all comps in his blue career, 81 in the Premier League. So for someone that's been a household name in world football, in England international Champions League winner, still hasn't got 100 appearances. That tells you the injury issues Reece James has faced. He's a quality player, people. Obviously, he didn't make the World Cup squad for 2022. He didn't make the Euro 2024 squad. Injuries, unfortunately, are a part and parcel of the game, and it's something that players have to get used to. It's, you know, players getting injured are like chefs cutting their hands. It comes with the territory. I'm not a physio, I'm not a doctor, I'm not Reece James, I don't work for Chelsea. I don't know why it persists, but it is quite sad. And I do wonder, and I'd love to know you lot's thoughts, people. At what point did Chelsea say, do you know what, we need to dip into the market and assess options? He's been dealt a terrible time, man. Look, it seems like his hamstring injuries have plagued him. I don't know Reece James from a personal point of view, but you never see him in the, obviously he's got a life, he goes out and stuff, but you never see him clubbing and doing all these things or eating junk food. I guess he manages his nutrition well. I guess he manages his training well. I don't know why these hamstring injuries are there. You know, hamstring injuries seem to be a theme, but yeah, people, knee injuries, hamstring injuries, thigh issues, surgery. Typically, when you have a hamstring injury, you do pick up other minor knocks, or when you've been out for a while, you do tend to pick up muscle injuries there, which you've seen. But it's sad, man. This is a big rap sheet, and it's sad because it's always the talented players, but a long rap sheet, man. You know, going, okay, we won't really focus on 1920, but in the last 2-3 seasons, hamstring knocks, hasn't been able to get over that, attempt to have surgery to kind of fix that, and he's out now, people, and he's simply put missed a lot of games, missed far too many games for Chelsea. So one does wonder, at what point are Chelsea going to get rid of things, and could this be the end? Now, I don't believe it, but I want to ask you lot. But on that note, you lot, let me know your thoughts. On that note, smash the like button, subscribe, keep supporting the movement. Peace.
I think it's like